Hey guys, we are back again. I am Felice Spivey.
And I am Crystal Jordan.
And we're the Herpes Queens. Okay, so guys, we are back again. I'm really excited. As you know, we are doing a series right now, which we wasn't expected to do, but we are doing a series right now on herpes, celibacy, single, and dating. If you have not seen the last two videos, please go back and watch those last two videos. One was on celibacy. Another one was a little bit on celibacy, but also just breaking it down a little bit more and also telling from my standpoint.
And from the standpoint of also having herpes.
Yeah, and also from the standpoint of having herpes, of which one is more scary to tell, which I kind of told my piece on that. And Crystal also shared some things with her as well. So Crystal asked me a question. She said, what was the question?
How do you feel about
no kissing?
No kissing.
Okay.
That's the one thing we don't talk about. So,
no.
Well, we broke down the definition of celibacy. I didn't realize it was without kissing.
Yeah.
That goes with it.
I mean, it's all about boundaries.
It's about boundaries.
It's about boundaries. Talk about the boundary piece in celibacy. Like.
Okay, so for me, boundaries aren't just physical. And when I say boundaries, I mean boundaries for myself and boundaries for dating as well. So let me give examples. My personal boundaries for myself as someone who has decided to be celibate. I am very careful about what I watch and what I listen to. I guard my ear gates and my eye gates. And what I surround myself with, because it's like an open door for me. I know myself, and I know who I used to be. Mm-hmm. So there are certain things, and as I matured in my celibacy and my walk with God, I'm better. But in the beginning, like, I could not listen to R&B music. I couldn't watch a lot of movies. It was on TV shows I had to shut down. Like, Scandal was a no-go. I love Scandal.
Yes,
but they have sex like through the whole show. So I couldn't handle that, because for me, it was like, this is one thing that I'm trying to shut out. And if I'm constantly exposing myself to it, it's just going to make it more frustrating. It's going to make it harder. And I think we kind of have to realize that. And everybody's like, oh, that's so extreme.
That's not.
But when you think about it, like, okay, perfect example. You know the song by Tank, When We. I shut it down. I'd be like, absolutely no.
Every time. I made her listen to it one time recently, though.
I just recently made it through the song and was like,
she did it really good.
I think if they have the song that I was trying to like, la 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 la. But at the beginning, I used to be like slapping my radio, like, absolutely not. I rebuke it, like, because I know myself. And what we have to realize is that your ears and your eyes, let's say ear gates, eye gates, it's a gateway. It's still a gateway to your mind. And your thoughts are where everything starts.
Yep.
You know, your thoughts become...
You have sex in your head before you have
right, absolutely.
Sex.
Anything that you do starts with a thought. Before you be hungry, you be like, oh, it didn't start with your stomach, it started with your mind.
You was like, ooh, what I'm going to eat.
Your mind told your stomach that you were hungry, and your stomach started growling. And then you proceeded to go get some food. So it's like, listening to that, like, if I'm listening to a song talking about When We... So now I'm thinking about everything that he's saying in the song, and I'm like, now I'm going back down whole memory lane. Like, oh, I remember when I used to do this, and I used to remember when I used to do that, and ooh, that one over there. You know, now I'm replaying things in my mind. Now my body's gonna react to what I'm replaying in my mind, and so now she's like, "Girl, you better go get it."
You got me all hot and ready.
And then I turn around and go, "No, we can't do that."
Your body is like,
you're
what?
setting yourself up
for failure.
That's like watching porn and be like, nope. You can't do nothing though.
That's like being naked in front of a guy and say he can't touch.
Like, I want you to stand here and I want you to get naked. I want him to be oily, but don't touch him. Don't think about having sex with him.
Oh my God, that's
you be
not
like,
possible.
excuse me?
That's not possible.
You want me to do what? It doesn't make any sense. So,
and that's what we do to ourselves.
We do it to
watching ourselves and say, "Oh, I'm not going to think about it when I want to think about it." But you're going to think about it because it's in your face.
And then you find yourself sexually frustrated and you're like spazzing out. That's why you do.
Or backsliding.
So that was my biggest thing for my boundaries, and even when I found that I had to have boundaries and had to have coping skills.
I know her coping skills. So
my coping skills are awesome. So my boundaries for dating, and at first, kissing was not one of them. But my boundaries for dating were like, don't get too close to me. Like, as close as she was sitting to me right now, in the beginning, that was a no-go.
I will explain y'all. I will tell y'all about my experience recently.
And like this, I'd be like, Like, if your body hit you too close, you gotta...
I mean, and they be hot, too. You can just feel like, boom.
You know, men...
You can hear their heart. It's like,
for
boom.
some reason, they be, like, naturally hot. I don't know why.
I was like, I can feel your soul over here. Like,
right. So, like, I had to have the boundary of, like, don't get too, like, having people way too close to my personal space was not a good thing. Going places with people at certain times...
No-go.
Was a no-go. Like, if it was dark outside, I was like, we can go on a lunch date. And I'm out of that place now. I can go to dinner and be fine. But in the beginning, lunch, brunch is great.
It's super early in the morning.
Super early in the morning. Everybody outside. You gotta wear clothes. You can't have it's too early to be sexy. Like, all that. Like, you know, you're not gonna go to brunch with your sexy dinner dress on. You know, you're not wearing a little black dress to brunch. I mean, you could, but it look a little strange. We couldn't go. I couldn't go certain places with people. And I mean, it's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't have to be as extreme.
But you need to know your boundaries.
Know your boundaries. So, like, for me, I'm not going to the movies with you.
First of all, movies is the worst date.
First of all, it's terrible. It's not a date.
It's not a date. It's a
you
setup.
go sit there and it's set up for yourself. It's dark in there.
And y'all don't even talk.
Y'all can't talk. Can I see what you're doing? Let's be real. How many of y'all have done stuff in the movie theater?
All of us.
All of us. So that was a no-go.
Movies is not a date, guys. Only if y'all are into movies.
My biggest boundary is certain conversations were off limits. If you just met me, certain conversations would be off limits anyway. And I think it took me a while to get to that point because I didn't used to see that as
a flag.
A flag. I didn't used to see the value of myself. I used to be like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But certain conversations were off limits. Like, we don't need to be. I don't need to be like laid up in my bed, cuddled up, talking to you at 2 o'clock in the morning, because that conversation is gonna immediately go left at some point.
It will.
It will.
And if you don't know how to shut it out, it can go really, really bad, really, really fast.
Really bad, really fast. But even if it's not 2 o'clock in the morning, like, it could be in the middle of the day. Certain conversations just couldn't be had for me. Like, you don't need to know what I like right now. And wow. I'm not, and I will say, that's a whole other video. At a certain point in the dating process, that is a conversation that needs to be had.
But y'all are seriously, like, exclusively dating.
At this point, you're
now.
committed and you're dating. I don't want y'all to think, I'm not saying, because I do hear this a lot, and I do feel like that's where a lot of celibate couples go wrong. They don't talk about sex at all. I don't believe you should do that. That's a setup for failure.
That's the purpose of not doing it. Now y'all can talk about it.
Right. It's just, even with that conversation, there should be boundaries within it. Mm-hmm. That conversation can be had without getting wrapped up in it to the point where you two are aroused.
Mm-hmm. You're going to get aroused anyway. We're humans.
But I'm saying...
Not to the point where it's like...
You have to know when to shut it down.
Yeah, you got to know it.
Somebody has to be like,
But that's why you have to know your boundaries so you can explain your boundaries to another person. And this is what most people who are celibate fail to do, is set them boundaries. And for me, my boundaries was, and I had to learn my boundaries.
You touch me a certain
in
way,
the midst of this. I got it good. I have Crystal. So Crystal taught me a lot of stuff. I started making the decision and making changes before I made a full commitment. So even with the last guy, even though, we did do something, I started to set boundaries a little bit after that. Like, oh, no, I wouldn't do that again. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Like, the way I talked to him for a long period of time without any kissing, I will always do that.
She taught me a new boundary.
Like, always. But I thought, we went a couple of months. I'm like, oh, this is good. I know stuff about you. Like, I see if you're worth my time.
It makes you realize, like, do they even want to kiss you?
Right. And then my whole thing, when it was done, it was more of a, should I? He had to ask himself, should I? Are we at a point where it's appropriate to?
I think it puts you in a space to respect them so much.
Yeah.
Like, for me, perfect example. Like, I was around a guy who I liked him. I actually talked to him for a while, and I liked him so much, even though the thought crossed my mind. I felt bad about the thought.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like,
I
respect your purity so much.
You should have so much respect for that person.
You should have so much respect for that person and for that person's commitment to celibacy. To where you
even if they're not at that moment.
Even if they're not. Yeah. To be like, I don't want to violate you. Mm-hmm. I know violate is a very strong word.
But it's true.
Like, there were thoughts that crossed my mind. And I was just like, oh my
God.
God.
Shut it down. No.
Why would I think that? And the old me would have been like, yeah.
You better mess them up.
And you will find yourself battling with yourself.
That's normal. You're human.
Like, true life story. I battled with myself. Like, I was sitting in a car with a guy, and like my old self was like, grab it. And I was
I remember that
and then the new
so
me
fun.
was like,
"Excuse you?
What did you just say?" She's like, "Girl, just grab
It was
it."
like, girl, you do not have morals.
It's just right there, like, just grab it. He gonna react. You already know how this goes. We used to do this all the time. He gonna be with it. He ain't gonna trip. And I'm just like, and the new me is like, you are nasty. I was like, I would never violate him like that. Like, no respect for his person. Children. No respect for his personal space. You know, I respect his relationship with the Lord.
And he was celibate too.
At the time, I didn't even know that.
She didn't know that either.
I didn't even know him for like a week.
I'll let y'all know guys are celibate. The last guy I was talking to, well, before that one, the one I was telling y'all about in the last video, he was celibate for 2 years before he even met me.
And the
So
guy,
I feel like I came in and
and the guy,
like I felt so bad. I felt so bad because I said at the end of the day, when he really said he wasn't on it,
yeah, he meant that.
he really meant it. And I feel like, ladies, when a man say he ain't on it,
He ain't on it.
really believe that he ain't on it. And if he not on it, he's going to show you. Actions speak louder than words. So don't, listen to what he's saying, but also listen to how he
Watch his actions.
Watch his actions. He's going to show you. He really never was on it.
And that guy in particular, y'all, like, at this lecture, I said, at the time, I didn't know he was celibate. That conversation didn't actually happen until like 2-3 weeks later. Barely knew him, y'all. And I had found out that he hadn't had sex in over a year. He's just like, it's not important to me.
It's not a focus.
He's like, not a focus to me, and I just am not on that. I really would prefer to wait until I'm with someone serious and settling down with them. It's not worth the trouble.
Guys want to do it more than we do. Ladies, sometimes
y'all, we be out here fainting these men.
We messing them up. They're not going to be like us, where we have a whole group full of ladies who are celibate, and we're going to do the celibate conferences and books, and we don't. They don't do that. They don't do that.
And I will say, I know a lot of guys who do.
They do, but I'm just saying you're not going to hear it on a daily basis.
They're not going to tell you they're doing it.
They're not going to do that.
It's just something that they do within themselves. Like, I feel like for us, we feel the need to broadcast it and be like, I'm doing it. Okay, so women, ladies, we have the tendency to talk, and not. We're like chihuahuas sometimes, bark, 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 and no bite. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. The first thing a lot of times, especially with men, we feel the need to prove a point. So we come into the relationship barking about what you ain't gonna do and what I ain't gonna tolerate, and I just want to, especially I just want to let you know we ain't having sex. Like, I don't even know your name.
I did that before.
and I had one
the
guy
sex part,
look at me like, okay, I told you I had one guy, he would ask me, okay, that's another boundary for me, cuddling. Cuddling's a boundary. I can't cuddle. And I'll explain to y'all why later. It's too far for me.
You don't have to even explain that. It's very clear.
It gets
too
cuddling concerning the sex too easy for me. So I just felt like eliminated. Yeah. Until I get to a point where it's okay if it turns into sex. Because at the point is my husband is like, if this goes to sex, it's so be it.
It's gonna go.
It's gonna go.
Yeah.
And it's
but
whatever.
my biggest thing was
and setting myself up.
Yeah.
So I remember it was winter and he was like, you want to cuddle? And I was just like, we can't have sex. Like, I just blurted it out. He was like,
I don't want to do that.
He's like, where did that come from? I didn't say anything about sex. So I was like, I'm just saying. And he's like,
it was so uncomfortable after that.
It was a really awkward moment because it made me realize like I was the fiend.
Right, like you the one who had the problem.
He's like, obviously you're the one who was thinking about having sex with me because
I wasn't
wasn't on that. And real deal, y'all, he wasn't even on that. He real deal just wanted to cuddle like.
But it was a problem because she knew that was her boundary.
Because I knew that was my boundary, and it tested my boundary.
Mm-hmm.
I made it.
He was a great cuddler.
Yeah, I made it. He was a great cuddler. But I never did it again because I knew that if I did it again, it was going to go left.
Yeah.
But just, know your boundaries. Know what you can handle. Like, some people can handle kissing and not take it there.
It's
For me,
hard.
I feel like I take kissing as foreplay. Okay, kissing is foreplay.
I feel like at the end of the day, you gotta know.
Touching and touching leads.
Yes. I feel like at the end of the day, you just gotta know. For me, it was more of a kissing thing, especially if you're a good kisser.
If you're a great kisser, and then,
I just imagine what it's gonna be like.
For me, kissing isn't like kissing.
It's an imagination.
I've never even been a big kisser, but for me, kissing leaves the door open for my imagination.
Oh yeah, open your imagination.
Because I'm like,
big.
if you can do this on my lips, baby. Like that for me. I'm being transparent, y'all.
That's all of us. That's all women.
Yeah.
If he can't kiss you, be like, oh.
Right, you be like, he's back, and she's like, I'm not even gonna waste my time.
I'm not gonna waste my time. He can't do anything.
We be like, go sit in the corner since you want to be childish.
You can. It's so disgusting. Like, put your tongue.
Like the people who try to eat your whole face.
Oh, so nice.
Waste of time. No. So
that's so nice. I'm sorry.
I don't
that's
do
so
it
nasty.
because it leaves the door open for my imagination.
Oh yeah, my dress starting to run.
And then once imagination runs wild, you start getting curious and you're like, okay, well.
And now you're getting aroused.
You get aroused, and then it also like I feel like it's kind of like a milestone thing because you be like, well, I kissed him and nothing happened, so we can do this. Okay, well, we did this and nothing.
Like, yeah, we kissed. Now we can be in a room by ourselves. Now we can cuddle, and now I can spend the night. And
then eventually, it's like, well, what else is left?
Now I'm not gonna lie, guys. As we're talking here, if y'all know about Forever Dunkins, okay, I love their story. The thing about the Forever Dunkins, they decided they were gonna be celibate right before they even decided they wanted to get married. They weren't celibate before that.
Right.
You know? So my whole thing is people can do it, but y'all know how hard that was when they were living together and then laid in the same bed. But you know who made that You know who made that decision? He did.
He did. Awesome.
When a man make a decision, it ain't going down, baby. I don't care how hard you think you can do. We could be manipulative. And
we gotta get better. Okay, real deal, y'all. We make decisions. Like we be like, no sex, but we gotta stop setting these men up for failure.
You coming to the bed all sexy.
We be like, no sex, and then you come in the bed, and instead of having a big t-shirt and some sweatpants on, you got your sexy panties. And
you know he likes silk,
right?
You know he like blue.
And, you know, something lacy with a. They don't even have a whole shirt on. They be with the little bralettes on, and then you be wanting to cuddle on top of that. You like the man already looking at you like you already don't have no clothes on. Bye. We love you. Bye.
I'll see you in a minute.
We're almost done. We promise.
I was like, y'all take it too long to these videos.
But you look on his face.
Think it, hurry up.
But we do that, and then on top of that, we're like, you don't want to cuddle with me. And so now you're being manipulative because you're making him feel bad because now he has to get close to you. You barely got on any clothes, and you're tempting him. And then you know we have the tendency to do this.
Oh, the booty too.
We do the booty too.
The booty too.
And you know that once you do a booty too, it's over.
He was like, you know what? She don't did it to me. She don't set me. Or he's gonna get up. If he's a real man, he's gonna get up out the bed, or he's gonna address you, and now you're gonna have an attitude because he told you. He was like, "What you doing all that for? You already
said you didn't want to do nothing. Now you being
you know the commitment we made, and look what you're doing, and you don't want to be corrected. It hurts your feelings. Then now you want to cry because he don't correct you, but something now you know you're doing. It'd be sexy, but your feelings get hurt. Your feelings get hurt.
It'll be sexy till later.
Yeah, at that moment, your feelings would be hurt because you was like, "Oh, he checked me," but you needed to be checked.
Not only he checked me, but a lot. I feel like I've noticed with a lot of women, we don't take rejection well.
Oh, we suck at it,
especially when it comes to sex and men.
Because we're used to getting it. We don't have no rejection.
Realistically, as women, you can walk out on the street and be like, "Who wants to have sex with me?"
You ain't got to do that. You gonna get that question asked you 3-4 times before you can get out the door.
I promise you, no matter what you look like and who tastes it, somebody gonna say yes. Absolutely. Men don't have that ability. They get rejected on the daily, and they usually have to work for it. We actually been making it real easy on them lately. We really gotta stop doing that. But
they want to chase it.
They want to, and that's why they get bored. Mm-hmm. But you're doing that, and then being like, "I told you I didn't want to have sex."
You look, I can't tell based off your actions.
So you doing all of this, and then you have sex with him, like he was supposed to make it stop. No, you have to take some responsibility for yourself.
Yeah,
and that's where those boundaries come in, and not just on our end, but on their end as well. Like I feel like in relationships, a great thing to do, especially when you're dating and y'all have both decided that y'all are gonna be celibate and y'all are respecting each other, that's what y'all have to have that discussion. What is your boundary? Because y'all boundaries may not be the same thing. Like if I'm dating a guy and I say, "Hey, my boundary is you can't touch my thigh," or your hand should always stay from above my waist.
Yeah, that's sliding down. Move! You're touching me too much.
That might not bother him though. He might be able to touch my booty and feel nothing. Mm-hmm. It might not faze him, but it might bother him if I wear like a certain kind of clothes. Like, okay,
a maxi dress.
Right, like, you know, yeah, the clingy maxi dresses. Or he's like, you know, okay, I can handle that, but cleavage is a no-go for me. Mm-hmm. I can't handle cleavage. That might be his thing. Or it could be something so simple and so stupid. I don't know, ladies, I don't know if y'all know, a lot of men, their ears are like a no-go. Like, that's a spot for them. I don't know why.
They were like...
But a lot of, like, their earlobes, I didn't know that. And I had a guy tell me, like, don't touch my earlobes. And I was like, what's a big deal with earlobes? And it made me think about this. I used to like play with people's earlobes as kids. And I used to like doing this with people. And I had one guy, he's like, please don't do that. I was like, what's the big deal? He's like, if you ain't trying to do nothing, don't touch my earlobes. But that's his boundary. Well, and I respected that. So I never touched his earlobes. Like, okay, well, I ain't trying to do nothing. I was just playing with your earlobes. You
gotta know, but you have to know your boundaries. Like, for the guy, I talked to another guy. And he's a Christian, so, you know, my boundary was, the thing about it is, I knew he had a strong relationship with God because we went to church together. Number one, I have seen him worship God. So I said, with that being said, I will not be the one, and you go to my church, my pastor is very, very,
you will not be the one.
I will not be the one that, to come in between that. And when you have sex with somebody, it shows. I don't care what you say, y'all are just like, y'all are connected. Whether
y'all get googly-eyed and hold hands and sit next to each other or
you don't have to.
It still shows. There's a shift.
Yeah, it is a shift. Because I had somebody ask me if we were dating, and I was like, no, but they can tell just based off how he was responding to me, how I responded to him. They can tell that we were talking and we were getting to know each other, but just because it's just different. Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, I was just like, I'm not doing anything. And I told him off the bat, I said, I have so much respect for you. I will never be the person to taint you. I will never be the person who have you in the middle of your relationship with God. And he was at the time having sex, you know, things like that. Now, at that time when we talked, I had just had sex in February. So I was like, at this point, before he even came, which is funny, I made a decision. Before he came, so he was a test. But before he... Hey! Oh, never mind. Go ahead. I thought he grabbed something else. I thought he grabbed the turtle food. So with that being said, I had just made a decision. So I was like, here comes the test. And he was beard gang. We have each other. Beard gang. Because she was here the whole time, y'all. From the time he sent me, I got a message sent.
She on the phone, I'm like...
On the phone, every phone. She was here the whole time. So that helped me so much. Even with the texting game, she was like, what'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say?
Shut that down.
Yeah, so my whole thing, even when I went to go spend time with him, she was at the house because she watched the kids for me.
Then I was texting her like, it's getting late.
She said, it's getting late. How are you? What's going on? Things like that. Even when I was winding up, I was like, oh, I got to call Crystal because Crystal knew that I made it. So with that being said, it was just that accountability. But I realized the fact that he didn't see, he knew he shouldn't have been doing because we had the conversation. He's like, I know I shouldn't be having sex. I had 6 women in church. He was just telling me everything. And I was like, well, I ain't going to be her. I'm sorry. I have so much respect for your relationship with Christ. I'm just not going to be that. I said, if you met me a week ago, you would have got it. It ain't happening now. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not doing it. But since you're not making a commitment I made, you're going to try me. And you want to see, because most Christian women, I'm being honest, we just do it. And at the end of the day, it's not because we want to do it, not because, most people, because we don't want to do it. It's just the fact that we don't have proper ways to stop from doing it.
We weren't taught why.
We're not being taught.
We weren't taught why, and we weren't taught how. Mm-hmm. And especially growing up in the church, I was told, we don't talk about sex, eh? It's a taboo subject. When it's talked about, it's don't have sex until you get married. But okay, but why? Because God said so. But why?
Where it is in the Bible? It's like where is in the Bible?
It's like being a kid, and in the Bible it does like that. But if nobody really breaks it down to you, you're like,
you need more than not do it.
Don't do it. And first of all, naturally for anybody. So it's like telling a teenager not to do something. We're going to do this because you said don't do it.
I think people need to understand we have, and God is not, he's never, and I'm going to say, he's not going to take your sexual desire away. Remember you come and tell you pray for that? Okay, yeah. He is not going to, talk about that. Okay, but hold on. So he's not going to take the desire away because you're human. He can't take away what he made. You're done.
And it's for a purpose.
You're done. You're done with your pork.
It is well.
With his hole. It is done. It's all good, okay? He said it was good. I don't think he said it wasn't good for you to be alone. Okay, so with that being said,
later. It's a whole other video.
Yeah, it's a whole other video. But at the end of the day, guys, you just have to understand your desire is normal, but you can control it. And that's what we don't understand that we can control. And it's hard to control when you're getting pumped with it. Pump.
You're getting pumped with it, and then at the same time, you're being told that your desire is bad.
Yep, and it's not bad.
So I feel like we grow up, especially those of us who grow up in a church, we grow up being told that this desire is bad. Like, realistically, when I think about it, growing up, and I'm so thankful for the church that we're in now.
Yeah, I love my church. You come to Atlanta, let me know. Reach out to me.
Please come to us. Because we don't do religion. And it's awesome. And
he talks about it. He talks about how everything. He used to be in the streets.
Well, yeah, our pastor's very transparent. And in this church, for most people, they're not only told that they shouldn't do it, but they're also told they're like almost condemned for even thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. And that's hard.
Desires. And it's hard because it's like, and then even in the world, like your nudity and your body is such a taboo subject that's just like it's bad.
It's not bad. Because we came in the world naked.
These tainted images and, things like pornography or whatever. We have all these tainted images in the world, and then we're taught that this is bad. Like, it's bad to even down to like doggone breastfeed and like look at how they.
Oh my God, she don't need to have her boob out.
She doesn't have her boob out, but. Okay, but her boob is a life source. Like, it shouldn't even be sexualized. It's not a problem. But because of the whole nipple...
It's a lack of self-control.
It's a lack of people's self-control.
It's a lack of self-control. And honestly, self-control is much needed. And I think that's what really get down to celibacy. It ain't nothing but self-control.
Self-control. And celibacy will expose every... Oh, gosh. If I can say anything about celibacy, it will expose every area in your life that is out of order.
Absolutely.
It's not even, like, I realize with me, celibacy is so not even about not having sex.
You start worrying about that a little bit. A little bit.
And then you have moments where you be, like, on 1,000.
Yeah.
And you come back 3 hours. But when I realized that, like, when I stopped having sex, I got clarity.
Ooh,
not just in relationships, but it's just in life in general. I was able to focus. People don't realize how powerful their sexual energy is.
What? I killed again. Y'all want to know how YouTube started? I wasn't having sex with my husband.
Bow. Look what happened.
Okay, my whole world changed. Okay, whole book was written because we weren't having sex.
The whole book was written. Support groups were birthed. Trips happened.
Right. We had the whole conference. When the conference happened, we was not having sex with each other, y'all. If we was, it was every blue moon, like once, probably once out the month. I'm being honest with y'all. That sexual energy, just like any other energy source, it is so powerful. And when you all focusing in one area, you can birth so much. And that goes back to what Paul said. It's better to be single. Because at the end of the day, he knows you can use all that energy and pump it into what God wants you to do. But when you get married, you pump it into one source. That's your partner.
But as I say, coming into that source is a safe place.
Yeah, it's a safe place. Absolutely.
It allows that to birth out other things.
Yeah, that birthing out your husband, perfect, your purpose.
It births out the purpose in your marriage. Mm-hmm. But for me, like, I realized it pointed out everything that was out of order. Because when I stopped, my focus was so on sex that I was like, everything falling by the wayside. School was a mess, work was a mess, emotions were a mess, my personal life, my friendships were out of order because I was putting sex before everything. So like that was my crack. That was my drug of choice. So sex was before everything. So when I stopped having sex and I stepped back and kind of looked at the big picture, I was like, I am messed up.
She messed up, y'all.
I was toe up from the floor up.
I love her.
And when I realized it, the reason was when I traced everything back, it was all sex related.
And when you took it all out, you realized.
And then when you take it out and you realize that that was my God. Sex was my God. Because I took back and I was like, okay.
Where'd you put your treasures at?
Oh, my treasures was right there.
Yeah, okay. Mine too.
And even when it came down to my relationship with God and being celibate and really rebuilding that relationship with Him, it was hard. Because there was no sex.
It's like, what do we have?
And I'm looking, it's kind of like how you have a relationship that's nothing but sex and you take it out. And then you're looking at that person like, I don't
even know you, and I don't want to talk to you. Y'all don't talk to each other. Y'all don't call each other if it's not related to you. Come to the house.
I don't even know what you like to eat. What's your mama damn name? Like, I don't know none of that, and nor do I care.
You know, who do you want? Why would you want to be with somebody who don't care about you at all? You can't call them for nothing else other than saying, "Will you come into the house?" Like,
not even will you, like,
when are you? You're on your way.
Or you send a text message, you up?
Or
dot. all that stuff.
Where you at?
Hey, stranger.
No, that's where you at.
Where you at? Yeah. No, them hey stranger messages be getting people though.
Hey stranger, it's like, oh yeah, you remember?
You already know that's what we call.
So with that being said, guys, I hope these are helping you. I really do. This is our 3rd video so far.
I know y'all like they don't jump off the bandwagon.
I know it's all
celibacy,
but it goes
comes
hand in
together,
hand. Honestly, the only reason why we include is herpes is because that's how we relate.
That's how we relate. Yeah, and because it's a whole nother into it. Mm-hmm. So my ending question for this
she always give us a good question
is how has having herpes made celibacy harder for you?
Ooh, that is a good one. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. The blanket girls are coming back in a minute. So with that being said, guys, we love you. If you haven't watched the last 2 videos, make sure you go back to those 2 videos and check those videos out. We love y'all, and we'll talk to you soon.